Shit just went back up again. Let me know if y'all captured on YouTube. Everything we go. Can't justify that shit, bitch. Can't justify that shit, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with my YouTube? Turn off incognito. That's what it is. It's on YouTube now?
Yeah, it's on there.
Bet. Post it in the chat. I was incognito. That's why I didn't know that shit was on incognito. Incognito. You disappearing, nigga. Fuck disappearing for, cool. Everybody was all nervous. Colorado done fucking tore the portal up today. Yeah, they tore that shit up today. They got a DN, the offensive tackle. They got three of the six so far, but they supposed to be posting something about two more of them. Knock it off, bro. Like every time you come up here, you want to fucking fight the cat and you scared of it. Get the fuck out of here.
That's so good. Ain't shit.
There we go. Shit, ain't shit. Show live.
Hell no, I'm gonna be back there.
Ravens live.
Not too far.
Ravens live.
Ravens live.
Packers seem to be a new team low.
Niggas can't wait till they made the playoffs. They better change their team logos. Jesus. We don't got the Panthers no more either. Look at Drew talking about soon to be a new team. He tired of that green and yellow. Oh my God. Yeah, the Panthers are the new Huskies. Yo, he hit me like, how do I change my team? Said by making the playoffs. That nigga made the playoffs and changed the shit out of his team. Fast as hell. I ain't mad at you, Los. Congratulations too, man.
Definitely.
Congratulations. All right. We're going to have some new shit going on tonight because I got 3 co-hosts today that's not usually original co-hosts. And then we got one co-host that's always around, but he's around. He does what he do when he want to do, does when he do it how he does it. Today, playoff conversations, man, as we go into year 2 of the legacy draft and shit. I still got to finish up some of that draft class, but it's about to be another loaded draft class. And we got guys changing states and cities and some people out of the country. They went to Tokyo. Who got to travel to Tokyo and play a football game? God damn. Jet lag like a motherfucker. So we talked about the awards race. We talked about the awards winner. We talked about a whole lot of shit that led us into the playoffs, but we didn't talk about the playoffs. So we got wild card round, divisional round, and we'll walk us right into the matchups of the AFC and the NFC when it comes down to the championship games being played. Man, our man hits the franchise guru today. As co-host today, I got top chair, our Super Bowl champion, 5-time champion, right?
Yes, sir.
5-time champion. We got his cousin. We got family in the building. AFC North blue blood, and that's motherfucking. Well, they the Dragons now, so we can't call them dirty ass Ohio. Where y'all located? San Antonio, right?
San Antonio, yeah. We
All right, so they up there with the Medicans and shit. San Antonio, and we got Rob. That shit just you right. That shit just is dirty ass Ohio. I don't know if Unc's a guest host or not, and I know he's in chat with us right now. But we don't know how much of a part of the show he will be. But they are where the Orbits from? They not from or Orlando Orbits or some shit. Where they from? Right? They ain't gonna have no funds. They cap gonna be terrible. Where is the Orbits from? Anybody know? How do I find out where the Orbits is from?
They're from Virginia, man. What you talking about?
The Virginia Orbits.
Sending it.
Sending it. The Virginia Orbits. Who else we got, man? We got the Huskies. Where they from? We got the Huskies. We got the got a few
Booney
different
in here,
logos
ain't
running
he?
around here, man. Huh?
Booney in here.
Boone ain't on headset right now.
Yes, he is.
What up, Boone?
He in here.
Boone ain't gonna talk. Boone been missing. My nigga Booney been fucking missing right now, man. All right, so let's start. Let's start before we get into matchups and all that good stuff. Let's start with some questions that I'm gonna have for my co-host, man. This is the first time we're gonna be having a deep co-host thing. It's probably not gonna be what y'all think it's gonna be, but I'm gonna throw this question out there. Let's talk about this year's season with the first legend class being in. And this is for any of y'all to answer at any moment. But how do y'all feel about their legends class and what impact? Two-part question: how do you feel about the class, and what you drafted? What impact did they play in year one for you?
Well, I can speak for me, Tokyo. In the garbage bag. It was right on time. Just to be honest, man. I'm like in the same position as the Seahawks, where we got
Okay.
talent, but they 28, 29.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about that time to start bringing in their replacements. And I thought I had a fantastic draft. I got three too many white boys.
Was the white boys balling for you though? Did you get John
Yes,
Lynch?
yes, sir.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got Lynch, Kuechly, and Harrison Smith.
Mm.
They're all really good. Harrison Smith, my safety room is really deep.
Mm-hmm.
But Hightower was on his way out, so I got that replacement. Then my linebacker core was deep, but I needed Kuechly because Sorrell is 29.
Right.
Sorrell. So it was time to move on. So that Legends class, it was everything I needed and more to continue to be relevant in this league.
I respect that. I respect that. How about you, top tier? How was the Legends class, and what impact did they have for you in year one?
Um, Legends Draft was crazy, man. It was official. As y'all know, I moved up and was able to get Sean Taylor, who ended up making a big impact to my team.
Oh shit.
You feel me?
Yeah, he went crazy for you this year. I mean, defensive player of the year
I'm
in the AFC. Like, he went the fuck crazy. Led the league in
and
interceptions.
you know what's crazy though? I only
What's
got to
that?
play like about 10 user games, so there's
Mm.
about 6 games that he didn't get interception because I didn't get to play with him.
Because you ain't played with him.
And
No
it probably
Diddy.
would have went way crazier, honestly. But honestly, the way we just did that was because we got two safeties in the draft. We got Troy Polamalu and Sean Taylor, so we short
Mm-hmm.
up our back end on the back. So with Sean Taylor though, since he was 99'd out and his awareness wasn't that high, we said why since we can't get his awareness up, we gonna use him. Why not
Right.
have a 6'4" dog in the middle
At that sub
that we
linebacker. That's smart.
at
That's
that sub
smart.
linebacker? So honestly, all 18 of them was damn near our user. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We use him, and we've never had talent like that in the middle in Seattle. So
That could cover the
he,
whole field.
yeah, he really could. There was plays where I thought the play was over. I wasn't gonna get to it, and his 6'4" frame just got up there. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's just a game changer, man. And then obviously, like Tokyo said, like with us having to drop 30 rolls and stuff, and not only that, we didn't even get to prepare for it since it kind of happened in the middle of the season.
Right.
That draft means more than what you know. You know what I'm saying? So these players mean a lot. So it was significant. And my young boys is gonna play way more now.
Now let me ask you this: knowing that the older guys are getting moved on from, right? You didn't. I mean, Sean Palamalu. You also got a couple of other players in that draft as well. Like we could talk about Marcus Allen at running back. Does he play a significant role in your offense coming up this season? Knowing that one of the best wide receiver running backs in the league, and Kenneth Walker Jr. The third is on his way out the door.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna gonna be thrown right into the fire next season, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anybody that know me as a user and as a coach, I'm a right now player.
Hmm.
That bites me in the ass sometimes. Sometimes it puts me ahead of people, but
Ain't bitch this, my nigga.
yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
nah. You've been
This
locked
get
in
ain't
this
get me,
disc.
man. Hey, listen, I play for right now, bro. That's just how I play. And sometimes, like I said, that bite me in the ass. So right now,
Exactly. You can't fall into
even
this.
when you said 30-year-olds was dropping, I still kept playing Kenneth Walker because it's playoff time. You feel me? It's time to
Right.
finish the season off, and they gonna go out with a bang. And I got confidence that I'll be able to build on Marcus Allen. Um, Kenneth Walker gonna be hard to fill his shoes though, man. He do so much for me, bro. So
I think
um,
if you just look at the player shell of who you drafted and Marcus Allen, if you know who he was over his career, he fits right into your system though.
oh
He's
yeah,
one of the
and that's
best
why we
receiving running
drafted him
backs
as
in the
well.
fucking world.
Yes, sir. That's why we drafted him as well, because we had some running backs we could have picked before him. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So
right,
we drafted him because he is going to do what we need him to do, and he's going to fit in there. You know what I'm saying? So we got some dogs, man. We got some people ready to play right now. We got some O linemen, because just in case our line drop, we got some O linemen, two O linemen that's ready right now. So you know, what I mean, I think we ready, man. But it was definitely an exciting draft, and shit, that's the first time I draft. At first, that's the first time I drafted. I traded the draft up in the
right,
draft. This
right.
whole disc, damn near probably in almost any disc, and then I
Yeah,
actually
because you
played with
barely
Trey.
draft period to move up like that. That shit was
Right,
crucial.
right, right. And honestly, to be completely honest with you, I moved up to get Champ Bailey. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To get a
Yeah, that's
lockdown
crazy.
corner.
I honestly didn't think Sean Teller would go past 4, bro. I
Right.
thought Bo would draft Sean Teller. To be honest with you, I just thought that's where
Right.
he went.
So when Sean Taylor was there, it fucked up my whole game plan. I'm like, man, I paused. Like, do I still get a corner? And I was just like, man, fuck it. I'm going Sean Taylor. I gotta get him. He's here. I gotta get him. You know what I'm
Had
saying?
to.
And I'm happy I did it because I mean, as you guys see, man, he been holding it down for me as a rookie. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He,
Like he came right in and filled that void because he gave you two situations. He's a great safety, but to be able to use him as sub linebacker changed everything for you. Like to have
and
seven,
and
like
and you're talking to a user who doesn't use subs. I play my
right.
saying? So I never use a sub safety. You feel me? So
Hmm.
I like to be able to stop that run within my dime and nickel and just have dominant linebackers if that makes sense. You feel me?
Right.
I don't like putting the smaller safety in there. Even though 210, 215 is the rule, I still don't like them down there because
Right.
a lot of their getting out of block shed and all that's slow as hell for real.
Yeah,
So
sure.
that's important.
They
So
get
you
caught
know what
up
I'm
on them
saying?
blocks, and that shit take you out of the
Right,
play. Yep, right
right.
away.
And then everybody got nasty streak.
Hmm. Don't get
Yes,
pancaked.
sir.
Yo, so let's go to
Hey,
Corey. Let's go to Corey real fast. Quick question. Like, since we're talking about, 30-year-olds being dropped and all that, man, you have a Hall of Fame quarterback in Justin Fields that's on his way out the door. But you have a wide receiver in Perry Walton. Do you feel like he'll transition that next quarterback that you bring in, where your offense is still
So,
better move the way it's been moving?
so about a week, I think you put that message out early in the season. So I've been looking for. I knew I didn't want to draft a quarterback. I told myself that. I mean, just because my team is ready to win now, I
Right,
look for like 500 snaps. Hopefully he's an after because I would have to pick a Super Bowl quarterback just to get lucky with that.
right,
If that was still going to be the formula. So I found a trade partner this year with the Cards, man, and I knew he had that number one quarterback draft in a couple draft classes,
smart.
and, and he drafted a quarterback. So I was like, let me check out this young boy. He's 23,
There you go.
and
That run you through the
hopefully
disc.
he can
That run
show
you
out.
to damn near July now.
So that's that's exactly what I needed. That's what I got. And he's coming to a very strong locker room with young playmakers. And to me, and this is just the way that I use the best wide receiver in football. So that
Raiders
that
with attitude.
that makes up for a lot. Even though he's young and hasn't had much success yet, he's coming to a strong locker room and knows how to win.
Right. And a receiver that can pretty much do anything for you. Like, he not designated to just being 6'6" and a big body to go downfield. He do everything.
Man, he had some catches this year. Uh, Even I was like, damn, over the middle, one hand touchdown. catches. It's,
It's something to be able to draft a player, right? And then like that player's shell is good, and then when you use that player and you start to see like you could tell, right? Like you could tell like within like the first couple of games what type of player he actually gonna be for you. And like to be able to see it play itself out, and then him to steady be able to do it year in and year out matters because that's where you build your book in at, right? Like you could build around that player, which is the name of the game, man. Building around your star talent and really just keeping everything around it serviceable. So I like it, man. We're gonna get back to you. We're gonna talk about that new offense. We gotta get that offense you running over here a new name and shit. I think we're gonna use something about some Tokyo shit since you in Tokyo. But I want to talk to Rob for a second. And
Yo, Am,
Rob had
I'm ready to
Rob
get
had
off, man.
you out here?
Yeah, I'm out, man, close. Nah, I'm just going to bed.
I already
Nah, I'm
know.
gonna stay out of that shit, man. I'm gone, man. I'm wait. I gotta get up at 7, man, cause Rob, I gotta get up, man.
All
I'm
right,
out,
oh, man.
man.
Appreciate you. Holla at you, my boy.
No doubt. All right.
Robert, man.
What's the deal?
You quietly, we talked about the Cardinals, we talked about the Bucks, we talked about it was a few teams that we shit, even the Chargers. We talked about a few teams that really had a really good legend draft. But like you went and got a three-headed monster offensively. Marshall Falk at the running back, Marshall. Michael Vick at the quarterback, and Antonio Gates at the tight end to go along with Emmett at the receiver who turned into your number one receiver over there. And like throughout this entire disc, I never thought you had a true number one receiver until Emmett became that guy for you. Just talk to me about bringing in that a whole new culture, which changes the way you're gonna play the game a little bit, and just the ups and downs of having Michael Vick rookie, your running back a rookie, and your tight end a rookie to go along with the other tight end you already had. Just talk to me about the challenges that you had all year with the triplets.
So if I had any kind of trouble, Michael Vick, he don't come in the most accurate quarterback.
Hmm.
And for the most, he's superstar. So that limits a lot of the things I like to do. I'm one of them guys. I mean, high route master, and I like to play them. I like to pick the play, get on the field, and
Hmm.
readjust my routes as I see the defense. So that hindered me a lot this season. And at the same time, it didn't because he still was one of the best quarterbacks in the league as a
Hmm.
rookie. So like this Legends draft did like three things for me. First of all, it rejuvenated me
Hmm.
because I ain't gonna lie, I was getting tired of looking at the Browns uniforms. I'm a Raven fan. I hate the Browns, and it's
Hmm.
just so fucking tough to keep lining up and going out there as an Ohio
As the
team, which is
Ohio team, I feel you.
so when it was like first, that was what it was about. Like the draft was like, all right, cool, I can get Vic. That's a guy that's similar to Lamar. I'm used to playing with a Lamar style. Like I don't run a lot, but when I need to, it's nice to have that guy.
Right.
Marshall Falk was just a luxury pick, bro. I'm like, and I was on the chat with Craig when we was drafting. I'm like, I'm going off speed, like fuck it. I was like, Antonio Gates followed me. I'm taking him too.
Huh?
But for me to be like, first of all, my draft position was like unusual because I'm never in like the top 15. I'm never there.
Yeah,
I
you're
think I
not a
was
guy
like,
that move up in the draft. You just sit where you
right,
at, and then you either a playoff team or right outside of the playoffs. So the pick is really, at the back end of the draft. Really, if you really think about it like that, like you always somewhere between like 20 and higher, right? Like 20 to
right,
30, somewhere around that area. And
right.
landed those
So
three players.
yeah, it was luxury to get to play like to see be up there in the front of that draft and be like, man, come on, they gonna let Vic fall to me.
Hmm.
And I don't get how they did it, but I'm like, man, he ain't getting past me. I
Right.
know that much. Um, so like it just did a couple things for me. Like it gave me new life to the league, and it got me excited again.
No doubt, no
So
doubt. Now, what was
um,
the challenges of him being a left-hander?
I'm ambidextrous, so I'm
Okay.
more used to throwing left and right.
All
So
right.
that wasn't even an adjustment for me. That was nothing. The trouble came with like he'll sell the throws because like I say he's not accurate and there's only so many boxes I could open up. So now it was like, do I open up inside accuracy or do I open up outside sideline accuracy? Like which one do I need more? I'm like I'm gonna take the outside because I feel like inside he's not gonna miss too many throws, but he still misses share. So like a lot of throws sailed on me. A lot of throws, was like a little too far to the left or a little too far to the right, and that was just something I had to fight through.
Let me ask you this, man. With Vic at the helm, and then being able to get out of that brown uniform and leave the city of Ohio, did you expect to be quarterback of the year in the AFC with Michael Vick?
Not at all. I thought it was gonna be like, well, I'm a great passer. I know that about myself. But like I said, like just knowing what I had in front of me, and I seen my schedule. My schedule was not
Oh my
light at
God,
all.
boy,
Like I mean, I had gauntlet game after gauntlet game after
boy.
gauntlet game. Like, and for me to still face a lot of the top users and still be where I'm at with him as a quarterback and as a rookie, and I'm like, man,
Mm-hmm.
I impressed myself honestly.
Because game one that we played, you ain't throw a pick at all.
Yeah, game one I didn't throw a pick at all against you. I really didn't start throwing picks. I had like, all right, yeah, the Colts got two off me. The first two games I threw two apiece, and it ain't really started becoming a pick fest until I got to play them at the time it was the Jets. I got to the Jets, he contributed a little bit more, then I got to them Seahawks, and it was like, yeah, pick city. But them two games, like I
You
could say
playing
hands
niggas
down
that
was his
know how to
worst
get to them
game.
shits though, right? Like them
Right,
niggas
right,
got
right.
puzzle pieces back down defense where it's hard to crack the
Man,
code.
Sean Taylor was having a field day with me. So it was like, but what can you do with a guy who like he used the linebackers effectively. So you give him a safety that can move left and right at a drop of a dime, and yeah, all bets is off.
And he
So
can
it
hold
was
his
just
own
like
in the run game too. Like that's different. Like because you ain't looking
exactly,
at a safety that's coming out there with 70 block shed. Like that nigga sitting in the 90s on everything damn near. So like yeah, I understand that shit, bro. I completely understand that. So let's talk about your evolution of your offense and how do you take who you drafted, right? So we know who Michael Vick is, and I would say playing you twice a year, I thought you did a hell of a job with Michael Vick. I say that Michael Vick that you played with looked like Philadelphia Eagles Michael Vick, the MVP Michael Vick, where he threw the ball really well and ran when he had to type shit. Like he was still Vick, but like it wasn't Atlanta Vick where it's like he take off as a wrap. But you had those moments of the takeoff, right? But you played really good within yourself, or still been able to throw the ball with him, which led to him being the best quarterback in the AFC this year. My question is, you got Marshall, and you like to throw the football, right? So you got a
Right.
1,000 yard back that can run the football for 1,000 and catch the ball out the backfield for 1,000. How's the evolution going to be going forward with Marshall Faulk? Because in me a personal, I would think that he has to be a vital part of your offense to take you to the next level.
um, honestly, I feel like I ran more than I ever ran this year. Honestly, like, and if you look at his stats, I mean, his stats pretty much show. I think he had 1,000 yard back, I believe, if not high 900s. Um, it was kind of like man, this is gonna be a fun little offense, man. Like you don't know who you gonna get. Like I still got him at Brown, who could at any given time, like, am I putting him on the side? Am I putting him on the outside? Where's he gonna go? Is he getting a jet
Right.
sweep? Like you gotta chase him around. So if
Uh
you gotta
huh.
chase him around, and I got Marshall and Vick in the backfield, man, all bets is off. Like, um, my tight end play, like I can do some things with the tight end, but he's not my primary read ever. But like when
You
I get
still
to him,
had
I
eight
get to him.
touchdowns and 963 yards, 83 yards this year on 62 catches at 16 yards a catch. That's not. We got guys that use their tight end a little way more than that, but like that's big time numbers for a tight end, bro. And not for nothing, Marshall Faulk caught the ball 57 times for 707 yards out of the backfield. He also rushed for 1,000 yards this year as well on 219 carries, 1150 and 11 touchdowns. So it seemed like you the big three played for you, right? And within that big three, Emmett Brown. How did what made you realize he's the guy, right? Like you had some receivers over there, but I don't think none like him. Like it's a little different with him. Like you use him, he's your guy. Like when it comes down to the passing game, it seems like things go through him. He's moved around a lot. Like you don't just leave him on the outside as the square receiver or on the other outside of the circle. Like he play everywhere for you, all over the
Yeah.
field in different formations. Why did he capture your attention like that? Like, what did he show you that made you realize he's the guy?
So this goes back to DTR days, honestly. Like he was just like, if I needed a play, man, if I needed something big, if it's like third and 22 or third and 17, something like long distance, I know for a fact he's going to be the guy that's going to give me them yards. It's either him or no. It's either him or bust, pretty much.
Right.
And when I seen how often he came down in the clutch for me, it was just like, man, it was easy to trust him, honestly. Because in hindsight, I got another night. I can't say speed because I got another speed receiver and what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Number 2, but it was just that Emmett Brown was just the guy, man. He just showed up, man. If I needed separation, if I needed that one big playmaker, man, he was just him. Like,
Johnny Andrews, he had 1,000 yards.
yeah,
Both of them had 1,000 yards this year. Emmett with 99 catches, Johnny had 56. Both of them touched 1,000. Emmett had 1690 and 19 touchdowns. Johnny Andrews 56 for 1055 and 9 touchdowns on the year right now. So going forward, we're gonna have Legends 2 draft. And going forward, now that the season is over with, right now, what is your mindset and what do you do to make the Dragons a better football team going into 2032?
and my man, I know I got to replace Johnny Andrews. He's out the door after this year, current signing. Um, my focus got to be defense this year. I got to find a way to get I gotta find a way to stop the run. Honestly, like that's been my biggest bugaboo throughout this whole distance. Like I just could not stop the run. Like I complain about my D-backs not being as smart because they're young, but I feel like they'll adjust and they'll get to it eventually. It's that front 7 for me. It's like, man, we gonna show up. I gotta get somebody to help. Like what we gotta do. Like we gotta figure it out there. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I
my
mean that's the
focus.
name of the game. Everybody got skilled players. It's like what the up front do your offensive line and your defensive line. What do they do up front that can determine what a game looks like, game in and game out. Honestly, so it seems like y'all gotta get busy this off season.
Yeah, definitely got work to do.
It got to be comfortable though, because you could look at your offense and your defense as a whole, and look at players that you have, and know that I got pieces here already. We just need to build something around it, and continue to go right. Like it seems like the stable is in order. It's just
Yeah,
enhancing some of that, right? So
it
who
definitely.
who's you who are, let's go offensively and defensively real fast before I go back to Craig. Offensively, who's on your roster right now that you're expecting to have to step up next year for you?
I expect I got to step up that hasn't stepped up.
They could have stepped for you. They could have showed you something. Like let me give you an example. I'm looking at Amani Toomer with 57 catches, 836 yards. You
Right.
talking about Johnny on his way out of here? Is that the guy that you need to step up into that number 2 role at the receiver?
He got to show me more because he honestly was the number 2 receiver this year. So that says a lot, knowing that Johnny Andrews cleared 1,000 and he
Right,
didn't.
and he didn't.
So
Yeah,
it's one of them things like you want. I'm gonna bring in competition, but you know what I'm saying. So what you gonna do with it? Like
right.
a Toomer, he made some plays. He made some plays in the playoff game, like when he went off like a little streak and took that to the crib. So he shows flashes of being able to do it. It's just about, you know what I'm saying, growing and, like you said, taking that step forward. So we ain't we're not selling on him yet. He's still our guy right now. So we gonna see what's going on.
I like where y'all at right now, man. And honestly, between the Orbits, the Dragons, and the Ravens, because the Bengals, let's just call it what it is. They fell to the backside. So the battle in the AFC North is those 3 teams right now, man. And I think we do a good job lining up playing each other, bro. Because at any given moment, anybody can win those games.
And I
So
mean,
I like where the Dragons is at, man. Your offense is scary, especially the way you was, bro. When our game is connected well, you see how you was doing. You see the shit you was doing with Vic, bro, or what I could do with a user. Like, oh my god, bro. Yeah, shit gonna be interesting going forward. But let's talk about our 5 Super Bowl champion right now, man. One, this is not for Craig. This is for Corey, and this is for Rob. Has Craig? It's safe to say he's reached in this right now. Just don't just now. You guys been playing. I know Corey took a year off of this, but you guys been playing, and you've been especially you, Rob. You've been there through your cousin's rise the entire time he's been here. You've been here.
right.
Is this legendary? What he's doing right now?
I'll say it's legendary for your league for sure, but this is what I expected, Craig. This is what Craig's been for me. Like I said, we grew up together. We played man this whole
Right, right.
for years of this. You know what I'm saying? So y'all get to just see what I've been seeing, like where he's just that guy that's just like, man, Like, and I know how he played. I know a lot of his game. I know a lot of his reads, and I still can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, cross that hump.
Now keep that statement in mind when we get into our conversations. Say it again real fast. Just say that again real fast. You know exactly what he's doing, but somehow, some way, you can't seem to process that yourself to do it back, right?
right.
That's what you're just going at with it. All right, keep that. Let's just remember. I remember you said that. All right, so Corey, you've been around. You've been around when you seen me go through a lot of Super Bowls in a year. You seen Falk go through a lot of Super Bowls in a year. You seen T do it. You seen Jungle do it. Like you seen Hoodie do it. Like you seen guys do it, right? And you've been a adamant spokesperson for Craig in a sense this year, right? Through the competition, you've given him nothing but credit. Y'all all do a good job of that. Like the whole, especially the NFC West, with Jimbo, y'all all give each other credit. Like when y'all come out of games and y'all play good games. I just think there's nothing better than knowing when you play a game, you're gonna play a football game, right? Like there's a difference between lining up playing a football game or you playing motherfucking a Madden game, or you playing a nigga that's playing Madden, like, or you playing a nigga that's giving you football reads and making decisions, all that good shit. So you saying you know how tough it is for that NFC West, right, amongst each other and stuff, and for him to continue to go to Super Bowl after Super Bowl and not just get to them, win them consistently, right? Um, I'm waiting for him to take them damn trophies off his name. We don't do that shit no more. Stop being conceited. Take that shit down.
Absolutely not.
That's the guy that lost to you 3 times talking. Take that shit the fuck down. Nobody put no fucking trophies next to their names no more. But with that being said, though, Corey, man, just talk about you've been around. You've been around, bro. Like, and we only could talk about what we know, which is our league, right? So like, it could be niggas in other leagues that are fucking demons, but we don't know because we don't be in them leagues. We don't know. We just know what we know in our league. What has he meant to watching his not only his rise but his dominance? What has it meant to you? Right. Yeah. Yeah. And right. No doubt. Nah, he don't. He don't. You know why? Because he stayed within what he do, and that's it. Craig, to me, not to cut you off, but Craig, we call him that triangle offense. Like, it's a perfect name, perfect fucking name for his offense, the triangle offense. And I know we correlating that with basketball and how the Bulls and their coach played when he went to the Lakers, how he played with Kobe and them. But like, it's that. Like, he stayed within himself, bro. And like, you don't have to have a big playbook where you running 70 fucking plays a game if you understand what you're running, right? Like you know your reads, you know what the fuck's going on, you understand what you're running, and when you know it so well, they saying they can't hear the other guys talking. Craig, you low for sure. Turn your mic up. Let me see if I can hear Corey. I thought I could hear you. Let me see. Nah, we can hear you, Corey. Good, we can hear you. It's Craig we can't hear. Craig low as hell. Got out of here with that motherfucker. You don't smoke weed. Sitting here with that I'm low voice and shit. Get it together, man. I'm looking for top tier today, not motherfucking
Got
Rob.
you.
They can't hear.
That's right.
You
Hold on,
can hear
say
me?
something, Rob.
Can you hear me?
Craig hold low on. As hell. Got out here with that motherfucker. You don't smoke weed. Sitting here with that I'm low voice and shit. Get it together, man. I'm looking for top tier today, not motherfucking Rob. They can't hear. Hold on, say something, Rob. Yeah, Rob, we can't hear you.
Yeah, you gotta talk a little louder. Put some bass in your. Oh should be though.
You just low, Rob. I think we heard you. You just low.
All right.
I can hear
Right.
Rob. I think maybe Corey or Craig.
All right, so not to cut you off, and I hear everything you're saying, but the audience really don't hear you. So I'm playing it right now, and you're the only one talking, and we don't hear nothing, bro. Yeah,
So he got to put the share. He got to go into our chat and then go out
go into
loud.
the chat and put share audio. Like you know what we talking about?
Go to more. Go to voice chat settings.
It's like share. Go to settings, like share voice. Just it's
Yeah.
within the
So
chat.
go to our chat. You'll see the three dots. Go to more, and then go to right now so I can get you the right way. Yeah, voice chat
Yep.
settings, and then go to share your voice. Put out
All
loud.
right, got it. There you go.
Now they'll be able to hear you.
Let me- Can you hear
Rob
me now?
says,
Can y'all hear me now on the show?
We're gonna have
Should be
to
able to.
pull somebody pull the show up real quick.
Okay, matter of fact, let me pull the show up. I can hear it if I do it.
Yep, I can hear you.
Yep,
All
go
right,
ahead.
bet.
But the
My
problem
bad.
is, hold on. Say something again. I'm gonna put the headphones down because I don't know if it's echoing through through because of headphones right now or what.
All
Just
right.
keep
No,
talking,
you can
Corey.
hear him. You can hear him on the
All right,
show.
mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Yeah. Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, I can hear you like a
All
motherfucker, bro.
right, bet. We
That's
good.
fucking Drew lagging that shit. We can hear the shit out of him. That's
"Yeah,
that.
I'm
That's that.
good.
That's that.
I
Nah,
can
don't
hear
try to say
you
you
now."
good now. That's that shit that be having you pitting up 60 on me and shit. That shit right there. You can't hear niggas, can't move niggas. Like, let me stop. All right, so Corey, man, now that we got your voice on deck right now, bro, your offense has been the talk of the league for the last two seasons. I got to witness it firsthand, and I'm telling you now, it was the one of the worst ass whoopers I took in a long time. What the fuck made you construct it?
Anthits man, my internet dude.
And no, it ain't. Stop it. What the fuck made you? I don't know how did you become this Corey? Right? Look. You know I know the only difference of the Corey that we seeing now and the Corey we wasn't seeing was your team. That's it. Just not putting your team together. Simple as that.
Right.
Just hopping on and
Right.
playing. That's it. Same. That's the same problem Boone having. He just ain't fight through it yet. Like he ain't get on and say fuck it. Let me give my full attention to the league and get to it. You have the team now, but the scheme is what everybody's been talking about, right?
Yeah.
Take me
So
through the process of figuring that part out.
man, that shit really started 3 seasons ago when I played Craig, and I was scoreless in the NFC Championship game.
I
I
remember
ain't I
that.
ain't
That
I
makes
ain't never
sense.
did that in a
That
playoff
makes
game.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I ain't even gonna lie to you. I started taking my PlayStation to work. I worked third shift in an office building.
Okay.
So
Overnight,
I
all
took
to yourself. Let's go.
bro, lab, like 4 to 6 hour lab session.
No
Like,
doubt.
and I started figuring out a mechanic in the game that I won't get into now. Let somebody else figure it out. And then I got Perry. Subsequently, I was able to get Perry, and
Hmm.
that's just I had somebody that can beat every single coverage, 99 speed, and he's 6'6". Go get it.
Hmm.
So your defense has to be focused on him because he can run every route in the route tree.
Right.
So because I don't just send him, I'll rarely throw streaks. I really don't play like that. But but that's what happened, man. So I'm in Tokyo now. I love anime, So when Krillin saw Goku get killed, the nigga turned Super Saiyan. So my Krillin getting killed, my Krillin, my Krillin getting killed that NFC Championship game. But last year was my first year really implementing the scheme.
hmm
And when I got to the playoffs, there was some adjustments that Craig made that I wasn't quite ready for.
And the funny thing
I
is, he told you that him and Jimbo told you when they see you again, they will be adjusted to it. They told you that shit.
right,
And
right.
bro, let's just go right to it. Do you understand the work a nigga got put in really to master their craft, to be able to be efficient, the better, to be able to be dominant, to be able to see what they're working on, work itself out, and see it come to fruition in games, right? Like I've labbed with plenty of niggas. I've labbed with Nano. I've labbed with Mike. I actually labbed with Mike for 2 straight seasons, and it resulted in him being in the playoffs. But it didn't result to him being in the playoffs continuously
Right.
because you gotta evolve from that, right? Doing a session with Craig was the hardest sessions for me to ever do because they never lasted the session. It was I got it. All right, let's talk about something else now. Like what the fuck? Like damn, bro, what the? Then it became I don't need none of that shit now because now I got the bigger picture, and then you get what I'm saying?
Right.
But the evolution of putting something together, like it's a few niggas in this league that you can't get a good handle on because they change that, right? Like my base is running the football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, But if you remember, the majority of the Super Bowls I was winning was with a pocket passing quarterback. I didn't ever had to, running the read options and running the quarterbacks and all that until I started playing with Lamar again and all that shit. Like, cause remember when I had the
But
Falcons before the,
you
huh?
still didn't run like that. You
Yeah,
still never really ran like that.
right. But because of the Lamar factor and once he became in the league, cause remember I was the only one playing with Lamar before he was actually in the league.
And
But I was
Interstate
still,
11, remember that?
yep, Lamar Interstate going crazy. But I would never, it wasn't like I would be running all crazy with him. It was just he was another quarterback and he played like a quarterback. What I'm saying is like you evolve your offenses, right? Like I was the eye close guy. I got out of that, started doing other stuff, even though it's still part of my base. It's not my complete go to anymore, right? Like I think if you play Jimbo, you don't never know what the fuck you getting when you play him. Like he
Never.
can change his style at any moment and be good at it. But at the end of the day, behind that surface of what he changed, the base is still the same,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think guys that evolve, guys that get good in the game, they got to put the work in the game. And a lot of guys, come on, it's like real life, bro. It ain't no different, man. The only difference on the game is it's not your talent, is your hand-eye coordination, right? Like I guess you correlate that with the game. But the more you do things, the better you get at it, right?
Right.
How many times you call a play and you know every route where you ain't even gotta worry about the routes because you know by the coverage what route is gonna be open. Do you play games and
Right.
know that?
Yep.
Then you
And
can see now you can see
so
the triangle offense why he's so dangerous in that triangle offense. You guys don't remember Alvo, but Alvo played just like Craig, bro. The difference with Alvo and Craig was Craig got a deeper bag. Alvo would literally run 3 plays a game before we had play calling rules and all that, and you couldn't stop that shit because he knew his reads. So whatever you was in, he had the answer for it every time. And so I'm talking about it because it matters, bro. It matters on what you run and how you run. Like most of the guys you play in this league been around a long time where you know their base. I can name names right now, and you'll better tell me what their strength is and what their weakness is right away, right?
right.
Like I can tell you right now if I say I could say Shoguns right now, and we all gonna say the same shit. He gonna run that football and he throw fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's his baseline. So it don't matter what the offense changes around it. We know that's his baseline, right? Is there's a few guys in this league that you can't get a true baseline. They have it, but to be able to beat them, you gotta maintain uh, some type of what's the word I'm looking for? You can play them and they can be in single back all game long, or and then the
Right.
next time you play them, they in fucking some type of shotgun formation all game long. And it's like, what the fuck? Most guys aren't going to be able to get to that. You got guys that run their favorite plays, and they run them until they open back up again, and then it's right back to the same cycle, right? So I
Yep.
say you putting the offense together and saying you spent 4 to 6 hours pretty much on your work nights to put this offense together, that's putting work in, right?
Yeah.
Then it comes down to playing it, right? Because one thing to do it in practice all day. Now you got to play people to make sure what you running in practice is actually going to work on you on humans because you can't account for a user in practice, right? So
Right.
the work is put in. And how long did it take you to feel comfortable with the offense, right? You said last year you didn't have
A
it all the way
full
figured out, right?
full season. A
Okay,
full season.
that's
So
all.
I didn't
All right,
really I didn't really start rolling until halfway of last season.
right.
Then I perfected it going into the after that playoff loss. I kind of figured out what I could do, and you saw the uptick. I was able to throw 80
Mm-hmm.
touchdown passes with
Mm-hmm.
only 13 interceptions.
Yes,
And one of those games, I think I threw 3 interceptions. So I really could have ended at 10 interceptions
with 10 of
with
them.
with 80 touchdown passes.
Right,
So it
and
was,
throwing the ball that much and only throwing, and you see the guys that have their offense under wraps like that. You see it because you get the high completion percentage, and then you get the high touchdown to interception value. Like you see it. You see people
and
that got it figured out. Like
and
um,
that's why I wasn't trying to start over with a rookie quarterback.
right, right, and it makes sense. It definitely makes sense to better just retool and keep it moving. So Craig, before we get into these playoff games and stuff, now you're going. This season is important for you.
Yeah.
The fuck, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
shit
now.
was tripping. All right, so you going into a season right now where you got three Hall of Famers on your offense is out of here after this year. Like no matter what you did with them this year, they're gone. Talk about one closing this season out with that core together, winning the Super Bowl. How would that feel to close it out with it? And then the challenges of having to replace that.
One, I mean, I want to hit them all out with a bang. Obviously, everybody know Trevor Lawrence, Kenneth Walker, and Jackson Smith-Njigba is all leaving me. I will say the one thing about the way I play the game is like they're not plug and playable. I wouldn't say, but I could possibly build them to that. But the biggest obstacle is going to be obviously quarterback,
Right,
because the things that Trevor do for me is special. You know what I'm saying? So for one, I definitely want to get them to a Super Bowl. Hopefully, close it out with a Super Bowl. But not even cocky shit, but I do have the breathing room with my Super Bowls to take a season off in the
exactly,
middle. You know what I'm saying? I got
exactly.
I got that breathing room where I don't gotta panic, bro, for like even though like the winning side of me of wanting to win now is like down, but this is what happens when you play for now. You feel
Right,
me? Like
right.
this is what happens. It's going to eventually bite you in the ass. You feel me?
And I talked about it earlier before we even got on this show that like the when you do reset and you put new players in those positions and you continue on to your triangle offense and you continue on to your dominance, you're gonna feel better watching yourself, reinvent those players, and then get right back to the same shit and get back to winning Super Bowls. Is going to be amazing. I think you'll enjoy that process more than you enjoying your fourth and fifth Super Bowl,
Right.
if that makes sense, right? Because
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, yeah.
restart. Like it's a I proved it again type situation, bro. And that's the challenges, with a guy like me, Falk, where we completely like. You think about this: for 4 straight seasons, Falk throw 100 touchdowns, right? And then all of a sudden this year, he got 3,000 yard back out of the backfield that got 1,000 plus yards receiving. Like the better do those things. That's a person that challenges himself to do different shit. I think when you do that, I think you're gonna turn your like it's gonna be scary if you dominate off the rebuild. Pretty much, it's gonna be dangerous to you going forward
And you're gonna
because
need to give up.
now it's nothing you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna feel like it's nothing I can't do amongst the talent I'm playing in this league, bro. Like you gotta think about niggas rosters, right, and the turnovers. Like how many different quarterbacks you played playing the Rams within 3 seasons?
Yeah, I done played a lot, but see, like that. The Rams, man, he make anybody look good. To be honest with
Hey,
you,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know how he does. It's one of them talents, bro. But I don't
It's
even look at players with him. I just know like they're gonna play. They're gonna
it's the
perform to what
base.
he 100 perform.
It's the base. Everybody got a
But
baseline. It's the base, and the
man, cause he
baseline
had
Exactly.
doesn't
that
change.
regular tight end. He had that regular
Yeah.
at Brandon Allen, dog. Nigga was catching everything. I couldn't stand him, man.
Yeah,
I was
man.
like, bro, not even good.
It's the base.
Like in the grand scheme of RDL, got
Yeah.
tight end 6'6", 92 speed. One of them, this
Hmm.
nigga was 85 speed, 6'4". He was regular.
That mean all his core attributes and that he made better, but then you still got the off-brand attributes that's terrible because you know the difference between my drafted players and a regular player is the
Mm-hmm.
off-brand shit, right? Like the agility part of it, like the like everybody can make a nigga faster, make a nigga like you, but you can't make a nigga stronger. You can't make a nigga have ball carrying vision. You can't make those things happen. Like right, you look at a regular receiver on a game versus a receiver coming out of my draft is the difference in what the entire attributes look like, right? And I think that's what makes them different. So when they get to those, that's why we talk about thresholds. When they do get to the thresholds with the playback and awareness, it's crazy because you got to think about how good we actually make these guys coming out the draft. And to make them that good, we got to keep them with lower awareness and play recs, right? And
Right.
so it takes them longer to really get to their max, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like it takes a Deion Sanders a second longer to look like a 99 when he's a 99, right? He might need another 2 seasons to look like a true 99, right? Like because of how low they are awareness and play rec. But then the upside to him is what Craig's saying. Like I got a 99 safety, but his awareness and play rec not good. But I can use him and get the stuff that I wasn't able to get to with a regular linebacker. Right? You can get
Mm-hmm.
to stuff like that because of those attributes that come out high from the draft class. So I think the reset going to be great. It's going to be effective, but like the fight through is going. If you think, damn, the legends re-energize me to continue to go through this same league, because y'all know we don't keep the same league. We go into real draft, and that's the revive of everybody energy. Everybody get a new team, niggas playing with real players, and we go crazy. And we didn't get to do that this year, so the legends did that for us. But the turnaround, the second part of this turnaround is you still got legends coming out for the next two drafts. So you're going to better build that team, but the challenge is what happens when you got these 95s or these 99s, but they still on 75 awareness, 75 play rate. That shit matters. Being able to undercut an interception on a corner route versus a nigga being in the right spot versus you got to click on and make them get to that spot. You know what I'm saying? That shit matters. And I think that's where the change is going to come in that though. So with that being said, Corey, you got to sit through the first round of the playoffs this year. Everybody else on here had to play a game. So we're gonna go to the wild card round first and just talk about some of them games. Now, Corey, since you got to sit and you earned that right to sit, let's talk about. Let's go to the schedule real fast and go to the playoff tree. Just talk about the wild card round in this sense. What games did you look at right away? Like I want to see that game, or I wanted the outcome of those games, right?
Oh,
So
easily Max and Jimbo. Was that Max and Jimbo that played?
Max and
Or they
Craig,
did Max and Craig? No, I didn't look at that because I knew Craig. It's just that's
mental
a
thing.
mental
Yep,
thing. When
I agree. I completely agree.
but it was the Green Bay and
Washington game.
Green Bay and Commanders because I knew it could change a lot for me and you see how close the game was.
Yeah.
Washington wins that game, I'm playing Jimbo, and that's a
Right.
problem in the division for me.
Right. Right.
So I definitely was tuned into that game. The other ones went pretty much how I thought they was going to go.
Yeah. I would think honestly, my game versus Hoodie, especially losing to him week one. On our
Yeah,
side,
that score
hadn't
surprised
hadn't
me.
to play like you know what I mean. That's two really good players playing each other right away. The defensive line took that game over, flat out. Like it was that score became that score in the fourth quarter, but it was a third quarter surge of him throwing picks because the pressure was in his face. And that's pretty much what our baseline is. We based around our defensive line, but yeah, that was more of a concern to me. Like, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, and I don't really never think like this, bro. I was chasing Snake to beat the Jaguars. I was chasing Snake to beat the Jaguars bad as hell. And I was chasing McCoy to beat the Jaguars bad as hell. I was trying to get to that third seed. Fuck that. I ain't want to play him first, bro. Like, oh my God. But shit happens. At the end of the day, you're going to have to line up and meet somebody anyway, though, right? All right.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing about the NFC West, man. Like I had to go 16-1
Right.
to get the
Yeah.
one seed,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was really annoying because I played Drew, and I knew if I had to go all out to beat him last week of the season or 2 weeks before the season ended, and I knew I was probably going to play him in the playoffs. So that's why that score, I had to play him extremely vanilla
It's hard to
because
play 3 times, bro. It's hard to
yeah,
play.
man.
It's hard to play 3 times, and it seems like that's what happens a lot on y'all side, right? It seems like whether it's going to be one of the NFC West dogs playing each other 3 times, or you're going to catch, the Green Bay Packers when he's in the playoffs right now. But for him to, this is cool, right? Like you look at what the Packers did, right? 28-23 close win, 28-21 close loss. If I'm him, I'm thinking my next season, like you could build off of that, right? When you feel that way, like I can build off of what happened in these playoff runs, right? Like I was able to win a close game and lost a really close game to the number one seed in the NFC, who's been putting up 50 and 60 on niggas. I lost by a touchdown in that game and probably had opportunities to win it because it ain't that close without opportunities. So
Well, he was down. He was down early. He came, but the political correct answer is be like, sure, yeah, but then he in my division, so I'm like, fuck that nigga.
yeah,
No,
fuck him. Right. That's how it always is. Like fuck
but
him. You rooting for him, but
Drew's
fuck him.
cool. Drew's cool. He does play well
Yeah.
versus me. He's the only one in the division, unfortunately.
He's
Um,
he's a pain in the ass. He a pain in the ass when you play him. Like
yeah, pain
if
in
he
the ass.
locked
That
in, you
dude
got to play a
Bennett.
football game, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's guys that just got some things that they got going on that can really be successful at times. While we got Los in the playoffs for the first time, man. Like I think we gotta, applaud that, right? Like the hard work of continuously playing, continuously monitoring your team, giving a fuck about your team, and knowing that at some point, some way, somehow, we're gonna scratch and crawl our way into a situation, right? Now, I think if you're loose and you make the playoffs this year, it has to be all right. We got to taste the playoffs. How do we continue to taste it, right? Like it has to be that type of feeling going forward. Like, who cares what the score was in his first playoff game? He got there.
hmm
Y'all don't hear that shit beeping like that?
no,
No, I don't hear it.
Can y'all hear me now? I don't know why my shit keep doing that. Hold on. Shit. What about now? Y'all got me?
We've been able to hear you, bro.
All right, cool. All right, so I mean, how do you, Craig? How do you feel about that? Los making the playoffs for the first time, right? You got to applaud that, right?
Yeah, yeah, man. I fuck with Los, man.
Yeah, Los a cool dude, bro.
Yeah, Los cool, man. He one of them people who just stay in the middle. Like he just one of them people that whatever's right to him is right to him, and he gonna root for whoever he wants to. I mean, I fuck with Los, man. I'm happy that he made it to the playoffs in the NFC. That ain't the easiest thing. So
Right.
in the NFC, it's just like it's hard because like with the top 4 or 5, it's like
Yeah, if
your
you ain't
first
the
goal
top
is to get
four,
there.
if
Yeah,
you ain't the top
your
four, you
first
got two other niggas in the same division that can take a spot
right,
from a 5 and 6. Yeah, it's hard. Like you
right.
right.
Your first goal is to get there, and then after that, what I'm saying, you want to try to get at least a win, and then if you're not in that top 5, nonchalant of that league, so of the NFC, so man, shout out to Los and them. I think
And,
he
and my thing,
he play
bro,
no matter what, bro. He play
huh?
no matter what. He play no matter what, bro. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You gotta respect that, bro.
yeah. And my thing is this, bro. As the head commissioner of the league, bro, it feel good to see Los in the playoffs sitting at the 4th seed and fucking Bo sitting at the 2 seed, bro. Like, cause your league is built off of them playing, right? Them staying
yeah,
active, them being a part of the league, them enjoying themselves in the league. So to see them have success, bro, like Like that's what it's about, right? To see a Mike go to the playoffs, to see those guys that give their all, especially like the guys that's around me, like a Mike. Like Mike started real draft with me. Like to see him be able to have some success like that shit matters, right? Like to me that matters. So when you see guys, uh, change the narrative, right? Where it's the same guys making it every year, and then boom, boom, we get some guys that slide in, slide out, like Albert being in the playoffs and winning their first playoff game this year, right? Like that matters. Those situations, right? I mean, Hitter and getting the Green Bay Packers, Drew getting in the playoffs, not being in there for 2 years straight, get in the playoffs and still a win there. Shit, Hitter in the playoffs, but he either got to play Jimbo or you every fucking year, and he's in the playoffs, but then he like, fuck, I'm playing one of these niggas. Like, what the fuck, right? So, shit happens. You look at that score, you're like, damn, what happened? What could have went wrong in that game? Like, me, because that's one of my best friends. I would have loved to see him beat the shit out of Drew and play somebody else and get into
I'm
that
glad he
divisional round
didn't.
and shit. So, but I like to see that though. But before we get out of the wild card round, we're gonna have to address the elephant in the room, and this is what I'm gonna do about it. I have my own opinions of things, but again, being a head commissioner, I know how I have to move through situations. I won't let nobody influence my thought process or how I feel. But I always do things knowing that I'm trying to do the right thing. So let's talk about this for a second, man, because the Chargers beat the brakes off of Rob 62-30, and let's just call it what it is. Not one person that watched that game thought that was him playing that game. Rob, you had to deal with that game. Talk about why.
If I could say anything, it was just like if I got to play two different niggas that game, bro. And what I mean by that is if you you actually tuned in for the game, it went from 1 minute I'm able to move at will down the field to the
We're
next
not
minute
doing
it's like this
highlights,
motherfucker
highlights,
user in
nigga scripts.
safeties, corners, you come out the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Hold
He's
on,
jumping
time out.
routes.
Why he related to you, bro?
Like,
Y'all see what Ray just said? My bad, Rob. I'm sorry. Where my team at?
uh,
I need
shit.
some comp. These niggas scrubs. What you talking about, bro? This nigga asshole. Oh
Shit.
my god. But go ahead, Rob. My bad.
Hilarious. To like, it was just like he knew exactly what I want to do when I wanted to do it. It was just like, and that was like for 2 quarters, second and third quarter per se. Fourth quarter was like, and it went back to like, oh, now I can throw at will now, and I'm fucking scoring. I think I put two scores back to back up in the fourth quarter, like it was nothing. It was just like, come on, man, this just don't feel. It just didn't feel right. Like, and like that's one of them situations where it's like, man, I got he fought so hard to get to the playoffs. He 12-2,
Hmm.
second seed. And it's like, man, as much as you don't want to discredit him, it's like, man, you got that much better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. And I lost to some niggas. Like, it's not about me being able to take an L or not. I took L's the lowest and everybody else. And I take them L's and I say GG's regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's just
I
my
don't
character.
think nobody can motherfucking discredit your character on how you take losses or don't take them. You've never been like we might have had conversation off air, but you've never really been out loud about taking a loss, like blaming the nigga internet, none of that shit, right? No, like even if you know that's what's happening, I've never really heard you. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I do that shit
Swear.
way more than you have ever
Rob
I'd
done
be
it.
more
Williams
mad
So
for him than
Anthits,
he be for
medium
Yeah,
me.
box
Crab be way
squad.
more man. Yeah, I swear to God, bro. Because at the end of the day, I'd be like, bro, like, I just say GG's and I keep it moving. Like, there's nothing I could do at that point, nigga. I lost. So fuck it. You know what I'm saying? GG's, bro. Good luck the rest of the way. But it was just like, man, there's no way you just sat there and I scored two touchdowns easy as hell on you. Then all of a sudden I can't score shit. And it's 31 nothing second quarter. Like, I'm like, bro, either it was just wild. I'm like, bro, there's no way. Like, you was laughing that hard and you got that good. And if that was you, then cool, kudos, you know what I'm saying? But it's just hard to believe. And I know that the 305, they got us back, and rightfully so. But that's like I told McCoy in the chat, bro. That's equivalent to a guy like, no offense, Los, but that's like equivalent to Los taking McCoy to the shed, whooping McCoy's ass. McCoy gonna be in the chat screaming the same shit. That you ain't play that shit, bro. What one of your young niggas you got to play that shit, bro? Like it just didn't register right. And even then, I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever. It's a loss, it's a game. It is what it is. And I kept it hush, like what I'm saying. Even
I
after
ain't
all the
hear
shit went
nothing
down in the
from you
chat,
until McCoy talked about they not playing that game, and then you started like,
bruh.
hold up, the
That's
fuck.
when, yeah, that's when that shit pissed me off because it's like, bro, you sat there and beat the brakes off me, and even after that, I said GG's, and like the hell that you got in the chat, bro. Any man in a right mind with pride and ego, and we all got pride and we all got egos. Man, I want, man, and I play you next. I want to face you, bro, because I want to show I could do that shit time and time again. I'm on this playoff run, like I earned this shit. You earn this shit. You don't sit there and beat the brakes off of a top user, and then the next week, like, oh, force win. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
just don't register right to me. Like now, whatever his excuse is, you know what I'm saying, whatever. That's between him and whoever. But it's just like to everybody else, inside and outside the league, it's gonna look like, bro, was they
So
right or was they right?
I know you talked to Craig about this, right? Like, let's just get this. It was a slight huddle up, and what I mean by that is we had a conversation before we even thought about, like, the show wasn't brought up to be able to bring this up and talk bad about Bo or what we think. But we had a conversation. The conversation started it got put out there because I wasn't going to tell nobody that we wasn't playing that game because I knew how important it was for him to keep that quiet because of what the hell he got already, right? Like the hell he got for the win to give me the force win. To me, I'm telling him, don't tell nobody. I'm gonna play the computer, and it'll be a good game, and we just gonna get the fuck up out of there, keep it moving, and just keep it to ourselves. Don't tell nobody that we ain't play. Just keep it like that. And the
Right.
reason why I did that because I wanted to protect him. Why? Because what nigga is going to think about, wait, he just beat the brakes off Rob and giving the first one to you because of the circumstances, right? I kept screaming, we ain't playing that game until Craig plays his game. And on a surface, you could take that the wrong way, but it's a reason why I did that shit. The reason why I did that shit is because I'm pushing Craig to play his game so I can advance the league. Right when he's done playing, I knew what the fuck. I knew who would play and who wasn't. It was 420. My nigga wasn't gonna pay around
You
soon,
got
so I'm pushing that shit. But from the outside looking in, it could be looking like, well, I think this or I think that. It don't matter what I think. It matters what I did, and it matters the actions that came off of that thought process. We don't play that game. It looked fishy. It looked funny. Now, I know you talked to your cousin probably more than you talked to me about anything. Craig, what was when you went back and watched it? What was your thought process?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I only watched the third and fourth quarter. I didn't watch the first half. I came in and watched the third and fourth quarter. And this is my honest opinion, bro. And this is my opinion. I've never seen Bo play like that. And like honestly, it's a drastic change too. It's not like he done added a couple plays. Like the way he was using, I mean, he was using like one of us, bro. Literally, bro. The
The
way he was
pocket
setting teams one
presence, the being
skid.
there to make the
Yeah, bro.
reads, the
That's what I'm
clicking
saying.
on, diving, and catching,
Yeah,
all that shit
bro.
matter,
I
bro. Like
mean, there was one play where he literally boxed out a receiver and he boxed out with the receiver and then I mean, he did some shit that I don't even know how to do that shit, bro. He did some shady shit, bro. I'm like, yo, goddamn, bro. Like this is a whole nother person, bro. I mean, and listen, you're coming from a person who it took me, like half of this whole this to change who I was around. Because my first two games, T put up 100 on me and Folk put up like 70 on me. So like, I mean, I've been there before, but it took me. I mean, seasons and seasons and seasons to change who I am now, bro. So to see how Bo was playing, bro, to see how masterful he was on offense and defense, but then at the end of the game, it kind of changed, bro. He stopped doing it. So it was a weird situation for me personally, bro. Um, and it's hard for me, and I don't want to discredit Bo if he is doing all this shit. My only thing with Bo is I just got to see it now. Like, I got to see it next
Well,
season.
see, that's
I
why.
got to see because
Not
for him to
that's
play how he
exactly what
played,
the
bro.
question is. You got to see it from here on out. Now you got to
For
see that
him,
type of play going forward. Like you should.
bro, for him to play how he played, bro,
He shouldn't be losing a lot
he
of
a
games at
top
all
user,
ever,
bro. No, he a
top
top
bro,
five
user.
user, I
bro,
swear, top
No, bro,
bro,
five.
he a top
bro.
user, bro.
I
He
watched
not Bo
that
no more,
third and
bro.
fourth quarter just as
He
well as
not
you
Bo.
did, and I'm saying the exact same thing. And Bo will vouch for me. I told Bo I don't think that's in your character. Because if that happened, that's some pussy shit. Take it how you want to take it. I'm speaking to that man. He can vouch that I said this exact words. If a nigga played for you, that's some pussy shit. How could you be comfortable to even allow that? Right? Like that's the first thing. The second thing is I don't think that's in his character. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he would never do no shit like that. But the third thing is now you can't go back to winning 2 games a year now. You better play like that
At
the rest of
all.
your fucking disc as long as you're on my league. Because that was nasty and that told me you was better than half the niggas in your crew. You was better than half the niggas in my crew if we got a crew. Half the niggas like in this league you was better than in that game. Like you was a top 3 player in the AFC for sure
bro. He
in that
played
game
better
that
than
I
us.
watched, bro.
He played
And it
Swear
had
to
nothing to do
God.
with the play call and it had everything to do with the mechanics of the game. Like hiking the ball to stand in the pocket and the presence he had to better and just stand in the same formation the whole fucking drive and hitting the right reads and knowing when to catch and fall and knowing when to box a nigga out on defense using. I'm in cover 6, so I'm gonna use the corner here because that's my weak spot. I can like just knowing all that shit. I could teach Mike the game all day, Nano the game all day, and they not picking up on that fast, bro. And you see it when you play them niggas. They get better in the play calling, but they don't get better in the mechanics of the game. They gotta be able to do that themselves. I can't teach a nigga how to do that type of shit. That's why niggas was questioning it. Had nothing to do with the play calling. It's just the questioning of damn, like where that been at. So either you just was fucking
Yeah.
around or for 3 discs with us, and you are showing us who you are now, and that's one of the best niggas in this league, or it looked it funny. So
Yeah, it
and
was
then
diabolical.
not for
Don't fuck
nothing,
with
we
him.
don't play our game. It look even more funnier now. Like because what happens if I blow you the fuck out? Then niggas is gonna say that wasn't him that played Rob, right? Or if he beat me, then it's like shit. He beat Ant too. Oh, so then you either gotta respect it or still think the same thing. That ain't him playing, right? Simple as that.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
now you in our league still. So as long as you be in this league, you got to prove that now. Now you can't go drop a game to Nano and lose by 40. Like you can still lose, but you got to better play like that going forward. Like that was nasty, and if that's you, man, salute, bro. Like all it
Yep.
took for you to get a better roster to be that good, shit.
I
And
told
ain't
you,
nothing wrong
man.
with that, but it ain't nobody in our
Some of the shit
league that
he
extended
never
that
did.
fast, bro. And because see, here's the problem. We ignored the first game when he beat the shit out of Nano because nobody's paying attention because it's Bo. No disrespect, but nobody care. We just think, damn, Nano got his ass whooped and he bitching. But then what happens is after you play Rob and do that, now niggas start dissecting everything. The same way y'all niggas look at Craig roster, my roster, Max roster, and want to know where players came from, like y'all don't know packages is in my league, or want to know how I got this player or how he that good. The same way y'all can go to transactions and do that, we can go to schedules and look at, well, this man been throwing 70 picks a year, and all of a sudden in these 3 big games, he's 79%, 80%, no picks. And then you got games where you watching against the Broncos where he looked like who he been in his league. Whereas 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, 40% throwing the ball. That matters now because people going to dissect it. So if it walk like a duck and it quack like a duck, is a fucking duck. Period. So people going to question everything, bro. Niggas question Craig on why he winning Super Bowls. I'm one of them. Why you think I did this 30-year-old shit? Reset your team, nigga, and show us you could do it on some rebuild shit. Let's just be real. I'm not sitting here going to do this fake shit. Niggas don't got it out for nobody. Niggas ain't just here to say fuck these niggas. Fuck, we so past those stages. But real is real, bro. I watched that second half. I was scared to play Bo. I ain't gonna hold. Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, like,
I
the
was
shit he
scared to
was
play that
doing,
game, bro. Like,
bro.
oh my
Bro, like,
god, do I gotta watch film? What
so,
the fuck?
yeah, in my mind, so I'm like, bro, I played a lot of games against Bo, bro. And I'm like, in my mind, when you think about Bo, it's like a quick throws, quick throws, quick throws. He's going to throw one to the linebacker unprovoked. And it's going to be a pick. You know what I'm saying? And that was
Go
just
look at
the
the
concept
schedule
of
and you
all
can
our
see it.
games.
You can see the games that he went crazy at the quarterback position. You can see 11 yards of play, not 10 yards of play, and then go to the games where it's one, where it looked like it's him and it's 7 yards of play. It goes back to style to play. Remember I just said
Right.
if you play Shogun, you know his base.
Exactly.
If I play Nano, I know his base. If Nano can't run power or stretch, and that play action ain't working, he gonna lose. We know
And
the
for
base, right?
and like Craig
Mike
said,
got
that shit
better
was
off of
drastic.
me
Like
giving him a scheme. Mike got better in running the scheme, but once niggas figure that scheme out, what can you do to make it better?
you gotta run type shit.
How can you continue to still play good like that? So here's the thing. You gotta apologize if that's him. So when we watch the next season, if he plays and we watching him whoop ass like that and look like that, standing in the pocket, not getting sacked, moving around the way he was moving, catching diving catches and hitting the X button to fall right before he get hit, all that good shit, then you know what, bro? I apologize. You one of the best niggas in the league right now. Don't lose no more games. You're not a bottom feeder at all. You're a nigga that extended fast. And
Right.
it can happen. So nobody has definitive proof to be able to blame that man, and that's why I kind of stayed quiet. And my
And that's
only
why I just said
conversation was with
GG's.
him because my thing is, look, bro, it's like everything I'm saying now, I told him, just continue to do that, bro. If that's the player you are, be that player, and then tell niggas to kiss your ass. Because if now you gotta look at it for his side, if that's him and he finally fucking playing really good and winning like that, and niggas discrediting it, well, welcome to the winner circle, my nigga, because niggas discredit everybody that wins.
Facts. Facts.
We all do it, bro. I'm guilty of it, and I have to deal with it. You don't think I got to deal with the fact that I know the draft every year and I'm always jumping into the first or second pick all the time? I jump to the first or second pick for a reason, but you don't think niggas like, man, you know the draft. You don't think niggas bitching about my D line right now?
Yeah, but you be trading them niggas too, though.
Man, but it don't matter. Cause remember when I said this to Nano, it's not what you know, is what niggas think, right? If I
Right.
think Johnny Depp is a wife beater and he really not a wife beater, as long as you think that, it don't matter if he not or he is. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, is
Yeah.
Amber Heard lying or is she telling the truth? And it's all about opinion. It's all about the public opinion of what niggas think. So it don't matter what I
Yeah.
know. Cause I go through the season knowing a lot. Like, man, the niggas think is something that is really not.
Miracle
But
Legends
it don't matter
Celebrate.
what niggas know.
Nice.
We just go to the if you in the league, are you in our league? Because if you're in the league, you can look right at the class. I'm still adding motherfuckers. I'm just not done. But look, man, what I do know is this: that man put his head down. He worked hard in my league. He don't give us no problems at all. I don't think is in his character, and I just don't see what makes sense of doing something like that. It ain't in his character. To me, the person that I get to talk to on the phone and have conversations outside of the game with, I don't think he have that in him to be corny as fuck like that and do some shit like that. Because what you did was you just robbed a man of a game that he shouldn't have had to play if that wasn't you. But if it was you, then Rob, you had to eat that and figure out why you got your ass whooped. Simple as that, right?
Facts.
And
And like I
and
said,
that's what
that's
it comes
why,
down to.
it just come down to it. Like, that's why I ain't say shit. I said GG's. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think too much of it. Like I said, it didn't trigger me until I was like, until McCoy was like, nigga, that game ain't getting played. Wait, what? That game ain't getting what?
And I told
Bro,
him,
I
don't
was
tell
like,
nobody, bro. Don't tell nobody we not playing this game because I knew what the backlash would be, right? And I know I gotta walk a thin line with this shit the whole time, right? And I'm doing exactly that, but not for nothing. I told him I wasn't playing until Craig and Jimbo played. I hit this nigga at 7:30. He responded. Let's play. Nah, I got some shit going on. I'm not feeling well. Cool, take the win. Nah, I'm not gonna just take the win, bro. All right, well we playing at 5:30 then. 4 o'clock come, take the win. All right, it is what it is, bro. Well, look, bro, if I take this win, I'm not telling nobody you giving me the win. I ain't tell nobody that shit. I'm not
Right.
making it known. It's just going. Listen, if I'm the away team, ain't nobody gonna question me for not broadcasting. So I'm gonna play the game, and I ain't gonna go because if I blow the computer out, then it's gonna be like, see, that wasn't him. Look at the difference. That wasn't him. How he do all that against Rob and got his ass whooped against Ant, right? So I knew not to blow the computer out, and I knew not to say nothing to nobody that I'm not playing him. And he must have told McCoy because McCoy went right to the chat and said it. They ain't playing that. Well, now the cat out the bag, and now niggas gonna question it. So you gotta be prepared for what niggas think. And I don't think it's hate. I think it's justified. But here's the thing: because there's no definitive proof, niggas. If niggas is wrong, y'all, that's fucked up. We all fucked up for thinking that way, bro. Right?
like I said,
But
I just felt snubbed at the end of the day. Like, 'cause if you wasn't gonna play this game, you know what I'm saying, you just want You won't duck the next game, nigga. Just give me the win, bro. Cause I know me, I'm minding up and playing, bro. Like this is like especially like a guy like Bo. He ain't used to be in the playoffs, bro. If I'm him, I'm not used to being in the playoffs, but I'm giving my time to this league, bro. I'm not ducking no
That's
smoke.
what
Win,
I'm
lose,
saying.
or
You
draw.
12
Even
and
if they
2.
blow me the
You
fuck
just won
out,
your first playoff
you
game, and
still,
then the rest of it don't matter to you. And I just don't
yeah.
see spinning it. Like I wouldn't have played it either if niggas is questioning me like that. Well, bro, when you winning like that, everybody question your shit, bro. Like, come on, man. You got a nigga that's going 2-17 or 2-16 every year, bro. Like, and he play his games when he play his games, and he go. Bro, I just played him last year, week 18, bro, and we talked after the game. Yo, you need a big receiver that can go down the field, and you gonna be a little different. You could stretch the field because your underneath game is good, and that's advice, right? Like, but that's him to figure
Two
that part
seasons
out, bro.
ago.
Like you
Yeah, the
gotta
number
you
one
gotta
pick.
figure that out. But to get to that point, like to be real, like only person that let's listen. This is how I felt, and I'm done talking about it. The game I watched him play you, he better than Hoodie, McCoy, C. Howe. He not better than Jimbo. Only person that could play like that on that level is Jimbo. So the only other thing I could think is Jimbo is teaching him how to play the game, which can happen. But the mechanics was what made me think, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. Like, it was time this nigga stepped up in the pocket and just made sure the nigga, his offensive line re-engaged this shit, and then he hit a dig route and then fell right before you hit him for the first down on 3rd and 12. Boom! Damn!
But
I
bro,
can't do that. Like, what the
bro,
fuck? Oh,
that's the
shit.
thing there, bro. You could teach plays, you could teach schemes, you could teach things, but the user part is something that I can tell people all the time, bro. I can teach you some of the things I do, bro. But what I do with the user, I can't teach you. And some of the shit he was doing with that user was, I mean, it was impressive, bro. I mean, it was so impressive that it was
That
unbelievable.
nobody believed
You
it.
know what I'm
But at the
saying?
end of the day, it was so
You know what I'm
impressive,
saying?
nobody fucking believed it.
We have no proof though, so I can't sit here and tell you
That's
that.
why
I
we
know
could
for a
talk
fact
about
he
it,
was playing for
but that's
somebody
why we
like
could
that.
talk about it,
You
Craig.
know what I'm
But
saying? But
we can't be definitive and say that's what it is. Like you can't just hop on and say I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. He ain't play that game. Nah, you don't have definitive proof though. The problem is I did what I did on purpose. I knew exactly what I was doing, bro. Me and Bo play our games early in the morning. Every time I play him, is right when he dropping his daughter off, and then he come back and be like, "Yo, I'm ready," and we knock it the fuck out. So I did exactly that. That didn't work out. So my next issue was nope. Whenever Craig playing, I'm playing because I know everybody else will be played by then, and we gonna hit the lead right after that shit. Because the plan was to double up today, but I ain't finished the draft because of my night last night. I ain't finished the draft, so I ain't care about doubling up because Craig was gonna play Corey tonight, and I was gonna play Falk tonight, so we can have Super Bowl tomorrow and get right to the draft. But I stopped that shit earlier. I stopped it because I just wasn't ready for that. I still got to finish the draft. So, but with that being said, man, like, look, if it's you, we apologize, bro. I'm gonna be the first to say I apologize for I felt like I kept it quiet. You probably felt how I was feeling. I talked to you personally, so you know exactly where I stood. I don't think your character is that, but I apologize if that was you. But if that was you, you ain't a bottom feeder ever again.
Ever
You ain't a
again.
nigga that finished third or fourth in your division ever again, bro. Like you're
I'm
that
winning the
good, you
division,
should
hands
be able to
down.
win ball games and be in the first, second, or third seed every year over here, bro. Because you know what I'm saying, you got niggas still trying to figure it out in the AFC. Outside of me, Falk Hoodie, right now, because you got to think about it. In my division, the tough opponents there got beat up on each other, so we canceling each other out just in the AFC North alone. So when you think about the Jaguars or the Titans at this point right now, Hoodie and Falk, that's two right there, right? Somebody from the Jaguars is getting there, and you're going to get either two or three from my division with either Nano, the Broncos, Shoguns, or Bo making the playoffs from the AFC West. Think about that, right? So that, like, just like the NFC West, that's how the NFC North is on our side. You should be a nigga in the playoffs every year with that style of play, especially if you got that good with the mechanic of playing the game and the will and the understanding. Like it's a difference with being on defense, using anybody you want, and knowing your holes and being able to cover them things. Rob ain't have a clue what to do offensively in that ball game. He was so lost because of how you covered holes and did the things you. That's nasty. You shouldn't be losing games. And I think the best thing for you to do is prove that was you by it and shut us the fuck up. Just shut everybody the fuck up, and we'll get right to we apologize, my nigga. You that guy, and I appreciate you. You know, sorry for how we all felt. Make us all eat our words, bro. Because Craig get talked about every time he win a Super Bowl. I know I get talked about, Falk get talked about, anybody that win get talked about when they win when they're winners, bro. Max get talked. If Max is winning, it's because Max is buying shit or he got the commissioner tag and he fucking cheating. If Craig is winning, it's because he got the same fucking players on the field all year long and he buy packages. If fucking I'm winning, it's because it's my league and I got access to do whatever the fuck I want. If Falk winning, it's always an excuse for niggas that's winning, right? Except for the niggas that don't, especially the niggas that have the range to better do it, like the circles of it, right? You got the circles of it, right? Mike can be the most cheatingest nigga in the league and nobody never give a fuck. But if Mike won a Super Bowl, if Mike went through that bitch and won a Super Bowl this year, nobody wouldn't question that shit.
Everybody questioning that.
Nobody wouldn't question Mike winning the Super Bowl. We just think, oh, he got better. Oh my God, niggas would be like, what the fuck going on? Like, niggas let him win. There's no way.
That'd
Somebody,
be another Nano
niggas let him
situation,
win. Yeah, exactly. When Nano won a Super Bowl, here's the thing. Here go the difference between Nano using Nano as a reference. When Nano started winning, he continued to keep winning until he stopped winning. And when he stopped winning, he stepped off for a little bit, and now he's back. Nano missed 2 back-to-back discs when he started losing. You know who was the cause of that? Max and Craig. Am I lying? Nano was running power and stretch and beating majority of the league every fucking year and being in the playoffs with the New England Patriots every year. That year he won the Super Bowl. He beat me. I had to play real talk. I had to come to my mom's house. She had a surgery. I played on bad internet. He beat me. I wanted to beat him the fuck up that same day because the internet was bad. Because every time his microwave went off, the fucking game turned off. And I was pissed off. And then he beat Falk because Falk didn't respect the game. He thought he was going to air him, and then shit started happening. No, I would never. Look, first of all, I'm not giving nobody the satisfaction of beating me in a playoff game without me losing. I'm trying to win a bowl. Period. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing what Falk did last year. And Onk didn't even want to take that win, but I'm not doing what Falk did last year, just give Onk the win in the playoffs. I'm not doing that. Y'all gonna have to wait till I play my game. Fuck that. You gotta knock me out of the playoffs. So my thing is, what Nano did was he proved it until he couldn't prove it anymore. Simple as that. He won one. D West won a Super Bowl before. Like, people win bowls, bro. Other people, shit. Young Camden got the back. Didn't he get the 2 Super Bowls, I think? Or no, he lost 1. He got the 1 Super Bowl. Like people can do it, so we not saying it can't be done, but like, man, just show it. So now you got all this offseason to continue to build on that 99 overall roster and to build around Randy Moss and them and show niggas that's who you are. And if that's who you are, then we eat our words, shut the fuck up, and give you the props you deserve. And eventually, a winner that's questioned become a winner that's admired in a way, whether it's hate or congratulations, right? Like, and that's what it comes down to. So, in my opinion, that type of shit happens. So, with that being said, though, it is what it is, bro. Because you got a whole season to better show us that that's who you are, bro. And if that's who you are, then where the fuck that been at, bro? Because that was good. That was great football that I saw, bro. That was great football, bro. Like,
I think I said that shit during the stream. Like, where the fuck he been?
That was great football.
Fucking playing this whole time.
That was great football, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and if that's who you are, then that's who you are, bro. Again, I don't think Rob wouldn't apologize. I will apologize. Like, I threw my game against him, could have beat him and gave him the. Yeah. Well, why you ain't looking at the draft class? Why you asking me who the fuck in the draft if you know who in the draft, dog? You know who the fuck in the draft. You in the league. Go look at the draft. It's loaded. I tell you that. But motherfucking, I'm just that's all, bro. Like with that being said, but you look at them games, man. Look, congratulations. The Chargers won his first playoff game in our league ever, and that's what's up. He get to move on. He got to move on to the divisional round. But how about the Titans over the Jaguars? Now let me ask y'all this, because the Jaguars played his games, but he had a lot of forced wins as well, right? And y'all know how I go. Being unheard of and don't we don't know who you are, like your game plan and all that. You can sneak wins and all that. Do you think him being in the playoffs and losing 45-14, that doesn't scare y'all off that he not a good user, right? That's just,
Nah,
first
because
year,
it's a
first playoff,
division
right?
game.
Division game, right? Exactly.
Yeah,
I think he
it's
got to
just
make
people
up.
like
I
that.
think, to bring that Jaguar team out of a bottom feeder team for the last two seasons matters. So I think like we got a solid user with the Jaguars, but then you got to congratulate Albert for fighting through the shit he fought through, getting back in the league and playing Madden for the first time again this for a long time, and getting a big time win to better move on to the divisional round. And again, in me and Hoodie game, it just came down to my defensive line put pressure on him and he turned the ball over because offensively he was a stalemate. Los, congratulations for getting to the playoffs. I would love to see you do it again. I know McCoy ain't trying to hear that shit because he don't even respect the fact that you got in there, and I ain't mad at him. But it ain't your fault. You just ain't get the guy ain't play you. It ain't your fault. But McCoy coming for your head. Just know that. So you should take that challenge and say, "Fuck that. I'm gonna get back in the off." And y'all got a new Falcons user in that division, and that guy can play a little bit. So we gonna see how that play itself out. And again, Drew, you in the playoffs, 23-28, good win there. And let's see if guys can build off of that type of shit. And not for nothing, we got the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. This wasn't the game last year. It was the game in the NFC, right? You and Corey played 2 years straight, or is this the third year y'all playing?
It's
In the
a.
championship, third year y'all playing in the
Oh
chip,
yeah,
right?
this is third. Yeah, this is third
Third.
time.
All right. Now, the interesting part of it is, wasn't that a 2 point game last year? Or a one
Yeah, that's
point
what
game last
it
year?
was. Something weird like
It
that.
was
But
close
he,
to that.
yeah,
So that's a big time matchup right now, and it's a lot riding on this game for both of them, right? Corey got to get over that hump, and Craig trying to close that triplet he got at the offensive threat that he had close out before he got going to that new chapter. And then you got me and Falk line back up matching up again. We missed each other last year, and now we back at it again, and he won the regular season game. In fact, he's beaten me three straight times in the regular season, but I've beaten him in the playoff. It's like weird, but the matchup's the matchup. We'll knock these games out tomorrow. I will be finishing the class while the playoffs and Super Bowls being played. It will be done before we get into the off. Before the Super Bowl is done over with. Well, I'll have the class done before the Super Bowl is over with, and we go from there. With that being said, man, I don't know what time those games will be played, but we'll post our schedules in the chat for guys to tune in and broadcast the games there to see it, so we can watch good football, man, and see who does what, man. Because you look at the storyline, you got Falk that will have to play either, like, look, Corey beat me this year. I don't know if Falk and Corey played this year, but that'll be a great Super Bowl if that was the Super Bowl. Corey or Falk, or me and Corey, or Craig meeting Falk again, or even Craig meeting me again, because the pressure would be on me more than Craig, because that'll be what, three in a row. You beat me. You just beat me twice in a row, right? Back to back Super Bowls, like to losing three in a row, like I think y'all can start talking a little bit more shit about me. With that being said, I'm the fuck out of here. I better not fucking lose if I get to that bitch. Oh my god, I'm 0-5 in the bowl. Damn. Hey, when the fuck